Ferrari's 2026 Formula One engine has recently sparked a significant amount of speculation and circulating rumors regarding its potential competitiveness and overall performance. The question on many fans' minds is the new power unit fundamentally flawed or underperforming compared to its rivals? The short and simple answer is no. Despite the proliferation of various claims suggesting alleged technical or reliability issues, none of these rumors have been officially confirmed or substantiated by credible sources. On the contrary, Ferrari is confident that, at least in terms of raw engine power and overall performance potential, the team has achieved a highly positive result. When it comes to the critical aspects of reliability and efficiency, the final and definitive assessment will only be possible once the cars take to the track during pre-season testing. Consequently, all the current negativity and pessimism surrounding the Scuderia are without solid foundation and largely overblown. Ferrari is once again navigating particularly turbulent waters within the competitive landscape of Formula One. A deeply disappointing race weekend in Brazil, combined with some publicly expressed statements from team leadership that were considered poorly timed and somewhat controversial, created a wave of confusion and discontent after the team had previously celebrated 2 consecutive podium finishes. Those race weekends demonstrated that the work carried out by the engineers and mechanics at Maranello on the track was, in fact, solid and well executed. In particular, with Charles Leclerc at the wheel, the car's performance was carefully optimized, showcasing that the SF25, a vehicle that has often been the target of criticism and scrutiny throughout the 2025 season, was capable of delivering strong and competitive results when handled with precision and skill. The team is now entering the final stretch of the championship. This end-of-season period includes 3 remaining Grand Prix weekends, in addition to a sprint race in Qatar at Losail, which will conclude a championship campaign that, from the perspective of raw results and standings, has been disappointing for the Maranello team. The primary objective remains securing second place in the Constructors' Championship, a goal that suffered a significant setback at the Brazilian Grand Prix in Interlagos due to a combination of technical issues, race incidents, and performance-related challenges. Mercedes has regained the lead in the constructors' standings, and even Red Bull, effectively running with a single highly competitive driver, has managed to surpass Ferrari in the points tally. At present, Ferrari trails Mercedes' squad by 36 championship points, while the gap to the Milton Keynes-based team is only 4 points. While there is still time to recover and attempt to improve these standings, both of the aforementioned rival teams currently appear to be better prepared and more consistent in terms of performance than Ferrari at this stage of the season. Much of the recent discussion surrounding Ferrari has focused not on the present season, but rather on the future, particularly on the forthcoming 2026 regulatory cycle that will come into effect in just over 2.5 months. The design phase for the new 2026 car and power unit is practically complete, and the team is now moving into the next stages of preparation. These include extensive crash tests to verify safety standards, complete assembly of the new car, the official presentation of the vehicle to the public and media, and, finally, the all-important on-track testing sessions. Within this context, some concerns have arisen regarding the power unit, with a few observers expressing skepticism about whether Ferrari's new engine will be competitive relative to its main rivals. Over a month ago, a key engineer within the Ferrari engine department decided to depart from the team. While such a departure is undoubtedly significant, it is important to recognize that losing a single highly experienced individual does not automatically translate into a failure of the entire development program. Ferrari's 2026 power unit project remains ambitious, well-organized, and robust. Until the new cars take to the track for the pre-season tests in Barcelona, 4 intensive days of closed-track running under carefully controlled conditions, no one, including the engineers and drivers themselves, can know with certainty the true competitive levels of the car and its power unit. Bench testing provides initial data and indicators, but real-world track performance often presents entirely different challenges and variables that must be accounted for. Ferrari has maintained a notable level of discretion and silence regarding these development details. While some might interpret this as a negative or cause for concern, it is also a strategic approach that allows the team to focus on development without external pressure. Developing a highly ambitious power unit requires a great deal of precision, patience, and testing, and assertions that the engine is inadequate or underperforming are simply incorrect. Based on information collected from sources close to the team, there is a prevailing sense of cautious optimism within Maranello. While it is true that further work remains to be done, there is no indication that the team is facing any catastrophic or insurmountable problems with the 2026 power unit. In recent weeks, discussions have surfaced, suggesting that some technicians may have disclosed alleged problems with the new Ferrari power unit, with claims circulating that rival engines, particularly those produced by previous manufacturers in the past, were superior. According to these theories, the Ferrari engine would be at a disadvantage compared to its main competitors. From the information available, this is inaccurate. In terms of pure engine power and overall performance potential, the new Ferrari unit is fully competitive and does not fall short when compared to Mercedes. The critical elements that remain to be evaluated are reliability and efficiency, parameters that are essential to determining the car's long-term performance over a full Grand Prix distance. These parameters will be definitively assessed during the second phase of preseason testing in Bahrain, scheduled for February 11-13 and February 18-20, when the new cars will be pushed to their absolute limits for the first time. The Ferrari team remains composed and confident. Naturally, the team respects every competitor on the grid, as is appropriate for a professional and highly disciplined Formula One organization. But there is no fear or concern that the work carried out so far is insufficient or substandard. The cautious optimism surrounding Ferrari's 2026 power unit is based on solid reasoning. The team has invested significant resources in designing a power unit that balances maximum speed with efficiency, a critical requirement under the new 2026 technical regulations. Every component, from the internal combustion engine to the hybrid energy recovery systems, has been meticulously developed to extract the maximum potential performance while maintaining reliability and consistency across all racing circuits. It is important to remember that Formula One engine development is inherently an iterative process. Bench and dyno tests can provide useful preliminary data, but the ultimate assessment comes when the car is driven at full speed on track, under real-world conditions and varying environmental factors. Ferrari is fully aware of this, and has structured its testing program to ensure that all potential issues can be identified and addressed before the official start of the 2026 season. The closed-door testing sessions in Barcelona will allow engineers to fine-tune critical systems, verify the efficiency of the cooling systems, and evaluate how the new engine interacts with the updated chassis and aerodynamic package. Any adjustments made during this period could significantly influence race performance once the cars are competing in Grand Prix events. The proliferation of negative rumors surrounding Ferrari's 2026 power unit often stems from a misunderstanding of the highly complex development process. High-profile personnel departures naturally attract attention and speculation, but they do not automatically indicate a failing project. Ferrari's development team is composed of a large number of highly skilled and experienced engineers, capable of ensuring continuity and steady progress even when individual team members depart. Similarly, comparisons to engines from previous years fail to consider the context of regulatory changes and technological evolution. Each new cycle of Formula One regulations introduces different constraints, challenges, and opportunities. Advantages that may have existed for an engine under previous rules do not directly translate to competitiveness in the upcoming 2026 regulations. Ferrari's engineers are focused on optimizing the 2026 power unit to achieve a delicate balance between raw speed, reliability, and energy efficiency, an approach designed to compete effectively with both Mercedes and Red Bull. While development for 2026 is underway, Ferrari remains fully focused on finishing the 2025 season as strongly as possible. The remaining races, including the sprint race in Qatar, represent the final opportunities for Ferrari to consolidate their position in the Constructors' Championship. Despite setbacks in Brazil, the team has demonstrated its ability to extract strong performances from the SF25, particularly with Charles Leclerc behind the wheel, showcasing resilience and technical competence. Lessons learned throughout the 2025 season will directly inform the development of the 2026 car. Data on tire degradation, aerodynamic efficiency, and engine management collected during 2025 events will be analyzed meticulously, enabling Ferrari to refine and optimize the new car and its power unit. By learning from both challenges and successes, the team aims to start the 2026 season with a car that is technically sound and highly competitive from the very first race.